I am so glad you are here. It is Divine Saturday in my world. I'm Liz here at Megas Books and Herbs in Minneapolis, and we have been talking about how numerology can help us remember and interpret tarot. I just think it makes it much, much easier. We have gone from aces through nines, and today we're on 10. I love me some tens, I got to tell you. And last week, we looked at the Osho Zen Tarot and the Unexplained Tarot because we've gotten an Unexplained Tarot come in used already. Somebody watched the video, the deck sold. So today I have the Osho Zen, which I do recommend as a good intermediate to advanced deck. It is based on the Rider-Waite-Smith system, but it definitely takes some twists and turns and kind of puts the whole system on its ears so that you think about it a little differently, and I like that. The other deck I'm going to show you today is a historical deck. It's the Marseille Tarot, or an interpretation of the Marseille Tarot. Many of these older decks are no longer complete, so there might be corners missing from cards or cards completely gone that the person who's producing it today has to fill in. So a lot of these decks are viewed as being interpreted by various people. It's not a deck I recommend for beginners, and I'm going to show you why now. I don't recommend it for beginners because these older decks assumed you understood what a 10 of swords meant or what a 10 of wands meant. And yes, this is swords and this is wands. Swords are curved because sometimes swords are curved, but generally when we pick up a stick, it's usually pretty straight. We like those. So it's a good way to remember the difference between the two because you're not going to get any other clues, really. The ace will show a little bit more easily, but to keep it straight, swords can be curved, so they are. Rods generally are not. Wands generally are not, so they are straight. Good for intermediate to advanced reader as well, simply because you don't get all the hints that the illustrations provide in a 20th century or 21st century deck. That said, let's get into the numbers. 10. 10 really is, if you're going to think of a number 10 person, they're good at some stuff. They're really good at some stuff. And because of that, they tend to be good leaders. They tend to be people who can find workable solutions to a lot of different things. And the danger in that is if you're used to having a good solution, it can be hard to see when you need help. And it can be really hard to ask for help. So that tends to be the biggest downfall for tens. And it's definitely reflected in the cards. So the 10 of Cups, beautiful card, is very much about, I can't believe we made it. We have done so good. We have gone through aces and gosh, we got married. That was the 3 of Cups. We had the kids. We had to watch and wait and see if they grew and did good and all of that stuff because cups are usually about emotions and the subconscious. So often relationships fall into cups. So it's about, I see the wonder of the world. This is amazing. Except when you get to Osho Zen takes it one little step further and asks you to go, okay, it is amazing. I'm glad that you see the wonder in the world. But to get to this place where you've succeeded this much, you've had to make some assumptions about life. And maybe those assumptions are not as true as you think they are anymore. Maybe that asking for help thing is going to start coming up a little bit more for you now. It is sort of like, okay, this card might represent, we're 10 years into a marriage situation, whether you're actually married or not. If you're functionally married, you're married, right? Maybe you're raising kids and everything's humming along. And you guys talked for hours and hours and hours when you were first together. And so you know what the goals are. You know what you're trying to get to. But your interpretations of those things might have diverged over the years. You might need to reconnect, go on a few dates, renew your relationship. That's kind of what the Osho Zen deck is asking you to do with this. Yes, it's amazing, but let's see where we can improve, where the cycle starts again, because we are at the end of those kinds of numbers. We do court cards next. That's a different world. This is you accomplished the big goal, right? And that brings me to coins or pentacles. Coins or pentacles are, wow, you did a thing. I can see from outside your door how amazing your life is, but you're not feeling it according to these cards. You need to either get that spark back or figure out what the next step needs to be, because this is not giving you the joy you thought it would. You thought the big house in the suburbs would make you happy, and it turns out you took the angst that you had before you had the big house in the suburbs with you to the suburbs. You got to think a little bit more about it. Versus wands. I have succeeded. I have done the thing, but it wasn't my thing. I got the major in college that my parents wanted me to get. I had the career my parents wanted me to have. I made the money my partner wanted me to make. I did the things that society and family told me I had to do. The things I wanted to do were completely different. They're going to start coming up now. You succeeded. You did all that crap, because that's what it was on a level for you. Time to think about how you can achieve what you need to achieve. It's time to start the cycle over again so that you can be happy, not everybody else. And then we get swords. Swords are scary in tens. It looks like a frightening card in the classic Rider-Waite deck that was done by Smith, Pamela Coleman Smith. This is definitely a card that says you've got to reevaluate. You have learned some nasty lessons and they are not working for you. You are shooting yourself in the foot again and again and again. Cut it out. Stop. Figure your life out. And that brings me to the major arcana. Sorry, we're cruising through kind of fast. I'm way over time because I'm excited about this one. Wheel of Fortune, 10. So what do you have to do to figure out where you are on the wheel? Step back. What are all of these 10s asking you to do, really? Step back. Gain a little perspective. Because if you can find the cycle, and both of these cards in each of these decks emphasize this in different ways. If you can see the cycle, you can break the cycle. If you can see where, originally this one was all about pride goeth before the fall. I mean, that's its basis, really. This is very much about figure that out before you actually fall, please. So hopefully this helps you all with 10s and the tarot and how wonderful it can be to read tarot. I wish you all a good journey on it. This is Ace through 10. Probably cover court cards next. But in the meantime, on behalf of myself here, Liz, here at Megas Books and Herbs, and the rest of the staff here, we hope to see you soon here at the shop at 2520 Central Avenue Northeast in Minneapolis, or online at megasbooks.com. Give us a call here. Write us an email through the website. Comment on these. We'll love it all. We thank you for being your magical selves, and of course for doing the little magical things you can do here. The likes, the shares, the subscribes, the comments, all the things. And I look forward to seeing y'all again soon. In the meantime,